Good morning. Welcome back to 78 Reflections. My name is Patty Elaine, and I'm so glad you're here. We are going to do coffee and cards. So if you don't already have one, maybe press pause and go grab yourself a cup of coffee, tea, your beverage of choice, because we are going to jump right in to a wobble reading. And if you don't already know, the Wobble Reading is a very simple 3-card spread that is inspired by the Chariot card and created by Esther of the Mindful Tarot. And we are working with the Shadowland Tarot on either side for the competing energies. In the middle, I have drawn a card from the Wild Unknown for the energy, or for the really good question that can help us navigate these competing energies. So let's just jump right in. What energy is showing up for me today? All right, the Hanged Man. So in this image, we see this bat suspended upside down. And I remember when I first saw the Hanged Man, I was very, very disturbed by it. But it's actually quite a beautiful card. It's the 12th card in the Major Arcana, which means it represents a major life lesson. And the Hanged Man is an invitation for a pause and a shift of perspective. And whenever I receive the Hangman card or Hanged One or however it is referred to, I try to just take a moment to consider if maybe there's something in my life that would benefit from that shift of perspective. Maybe I need to look at something from a different angle. Maybe I just need a pause. And the pause can be about indecision, but not necessarily. It could actually come into play during a time when I'm feeling very confident. And so it's about really taking the time to consider how I want to move forward. And really embracing uncertainty in order to come to potentially a new understanding. So sometimes for me, the Hanged Man means the timing isn't right. So what's the energy competing with the Hanged Man today? Well, so in the Shadowland Tarot deck, they have renamed the Judgment card as Discretion. And they do explain in the guidebook why they renamed it. And it's predominantly because of the negative connotation some people have with judgment. For me, the Judgment card is all about a higher calling. And it's just the images sometimes can be a little off-putting. Whereas this image is beautiful, with this soaring owl. And I think that really invites an interpretation of soaring and clarity, discernment, clear vision. This owl isn't hesitating. This owl is confidently off on its way. So really the complete opposite to the Hanged Man on the other side. Because with the Judgment, we're ready to step into our truth with a sense of certainty and purpose. And we have decisiveness, clarity, liberation from past judgments. It's about making a choice that's aligned with the true self. And when you do, it leads to freedom. So once again, similar to yesterday, we had the darkness of the Empress card contrasted with the sunny Knight of Cups. Took me a minute to remember. And so how are these competing energies? Well, the Hangman invites the pause, reflection, whereas Judgment is more decisive action, rising above, making a choice based on clarity. So one is about waiting for clarity and shifting perspectives, while the other one is stepping into your power with certainty and purpose. So the tension here is between reflection versus action, waiting for the right moment versus seizing the moment with confidence. So it's a really good question that can help us navigate these competing energies. Beautiful. I love that image on the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups, I always think of nostalgia. And this image with the deep, beautiful, colorful roots is really interesting. And I think it's really reinforcing the deep connection of the Six of Cups with nostalgia roots and the past. And this tree with the roots, you can't help but think of grounding and remembering where we came from. Oftentimes the Six of Cups invites me to reflect on past experiences and memories and connecting with the inner child and the things that brought me joy. And I feel like yesterday we were talking about that with the Knight of Cups as well. So it seems to be a very consistent theme this week. The caution with the Six of Cups can be, are you holding too tightly onto the past? Or is nostalgia interfering with your ability to enjoy today because of that, hanging on to the good old days? And often not remembering the good old days the way they really were, but remembering them more through rose-colored glasses. And what could be a really good question that the Six of Cups could offer us? Because we can see it as a reminder to ground ourselves. And maybe that's what it's about, is grounding ourselves in past experiences and wisdom before we act, so that Hanged Man is the roots. And he's spending some time to consider the past to help him get some clarity to then soar like the owl on the other side. What is the wisdom from my past that can help me find the clarity to move forward? It invites us to pause, reflect, and really tap into our roots, our memories, and our past experiences, so that when we are ready to rise, like this owl, we can do so with confidence and knowing. Somebody fairly recently said to me, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And that's really, really stayed with me because, I think the owl is giving the hell yes vibe, and the bat is giving the not today Satan vibe. So I think it might be about finding that reflective pause of the Hanged Man along with the decisive action of the Judgment, and knowing for ourselves when it's a hell yes and it's time to rise up to our higher calling, or when it's time just to chill, just to take a beat and just make sure. That's what I have from today's Wobble spread. I would love to hear if you have a perspective on this, and also just how this week has, I feel like, giving us really consistent messaging. So I hope you'll come back and join me tomorrow for another Wobble reading. And we are more than halfway through now. But I would love to see you back here tomorrow and look forward to seeing you then. Until then.